What's up? Alex O Crypto. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Otter Gang. How's it all going? Live at 5 every single weekday, coming at you with an update on the market. Yesterday we talked about the Golden Cross bringing us up and the Death Cross eventually maybe bringing us down. Now, looking at the market, we can see that we've come up. So, maybe we were right. Maybe we were right. So let's take a look at this. Let's jump into the charts here. And let's see the daily here. And remember, we talked about that golden cross that could bring us up on the 50 moving average and the 200 that have crossed. And guess what? Jerome Powell also did speak today. And he said a lot of the same things. He did have, in my opinion, a long-term sort of slow grind up to, that 2% inflation that is supposed to be the goal. But you can see that on the daily here, we have a candle that looks pretty bullish. This is a nice bullish candle here. And we can see over here that we're starting to maybe come down, but it doesn't look like it's really done much yet. But on the daily, we can see also that money flow is curving up, and it's staying up because guess what? This is a relentless money flow. Oh my God. Is it ever going to retrace? Is it ever going to end? Well, that's what we're here to look at. Also, I'd like to shout out to you guys, the Otter Gang, Alex O Crypto community. You're my Otter half. I appreciate every single one of you. We're just out here analyzing the charts, trying to extract profits, grab some capital, but also I would like to answer a fellow member's questions. He said, I'm super green to crypto as a frog as. That is an as. I have a question about some simple things I hear about DCA Bitcoin, but I can't find much about this. What to do after all your Bitcoin is invested? Do you leave it and keep it? Do you sell tops and buy pullbacks? Or do you try to build profit and coins during ranges? What do the pros do? Or what do you recommend for me? Well, there's a lot of questions here. There's a lot of things to answer. So off the top, when I'm thinking about stuff like this, and we'll have the chart in the background. Maybe we'll just pull this up. And off the chart here, typically we want to buy low and sell high, right? So if you're looking to trade, you're first going to want to find an exchange that's within your region, right? And then you're going to have to do some. I'd recommend the Bitcoin Standard. There's a couple books that talk about Bitcoin just to get your head around it, and obviously understand the way Bitcoin works, right? About the 21 million and blah, 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 blah. There's so much to learn. So make sure you check out some videos by Altcoin Daily. Just hit us up in the Discord. There's many recommendations we can suggest, but if you're learning about trading, there's many trading platforms. There's also some linked in the description down below. Frankie Candles, Jason Casper, myself, Lunar Beaches Crypto. We're all traders. We're all here with our different strategies trying to extract profits. So we'll always give TA setups, whether to short the market or long the market. And naturally, you want to just extract profits along the way, and you develop your trading style over time, right? So obviously, you want to buy pullbacks, like you've said here. You want to sell tops. You want to do all these things. But also with Bitcoin, people say you never want to sell your Bitcoin, right? So maybe accumulation of Bitcoin. Look for some altcoins that you can get into that maybe can go up in the long term. Do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor, but in general, this is kind of what we're here for. We're kind of here to educate. We're here to learn. We're here to try and analyze the charts on a daily basis in order to make some profits. So if you have any more questions, anybody who's joined us, don't forget to hit us up in the Discord. The link's down below, and we will answer all your questions to the best of my ability. So thanks so much. That was Spittin' Dragons. Much appreciated. So now we're taking a look at this because we saw the golden cross, and let's jump into the chart. Well, the chart on the daily here, we do have a green dot that is printing. This could be that it's printing. It hasn't printed yet, so we're going to wait for confirmation, but we do have a green dot down there. Now the 2-day has curled down, and so has the 3-day, and the 5-day, there's nothing there. And let's go to the 4-day. I think we got to wait till Friday on the 4-day in order to see if this is confirmed. It may not be confirmed, right? Depending on what happens here. So we want to get to this 25K. It's on the thumbnail. 25K is a target point, right? After 25K, boom, we're up to 30K. We know about the volume gap. And if you don't know about the volume gap, we can simply show you here on our indicators on the VRVP that shows the volume profiles. And if we jump out onto the weekly even and we look at the volume profile here, we can see that there's a giant gap right around 25K up to, as you can see, 28K and higher. So 30K, there's our next stop, if you know what I mean. So we're looking to break above this. The news that came out with Jerome Powell was pretty bullish because they're trying to decrease and land this plane of interest rates. Sorry, I got a new keyboard, so if I misclick, hopefully we can get through this as smoothly as possible. But this is what we're looking for. We're looking for us to knock on the door of 25K and move up to that area, right? Obviously, we're in a gigantic uptrend. And with this uptrend, we are looking to make higher highs and continue our way up. But we're also looking for a retracement, right? A retracement would be healthy. Where to? Well, we said that we want to come down to this 21,600. Now, I just gave a setup. I longed just recently. We had a wick down, and I jumped in to a long. So we'll talk about that long and where it's sitting right now and why I jumped into it, right? I got home. I thought, hey, this looks good. So I jumped into it with a close stop loss and just a quick scalp. So we'll talk about that. I'm going to chuck on the AC because it's hot in Australia. I don't know about where you guys are from, but it's hot in Australia. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're back. That was quick, eh? So 23,200. What's going on right now with the charts? Okay, so we are curling over. Well, let's go into the longer term time frames. The 10, the 12, the 8, the 6, right? We can see we were curling over, but we do have the green dot printing on the 12, the 10, the 8, and the 6, and it has brought us up. It clearly has brought us up, but we are getting a reversal triangle here on the 6 hour, which could say, hey, nice try, but we're going to dump you down because this is a shooting star pattern here, which means they tried to come up, and guess what? They got rejected, but you know what I mean? With all this value area, we can see that we have come to the value area low. If we pull this across, we can see that we've come to the value area low. We've touched along it, and now we've moved up to the point above the point of control, and maybe we've touched the value area high, and we're going to be sent right back down. So maybe it was a bad long, but with this, I am looking for quite a move similar to something like this, where we come up and we continue upwards, right? Just with this bullish news. Now, it could be wrong, and that's okay. We have good risk management, and we'll talk further about that trade as well. Now, on the other markets, you can see that they're red now. But throughout the day, they've been green. They have been green, so I'm still feeling a little bit bullish in the short term, especially with that golden cross of the moving averages. Now we can see we came to the top of the range and we've dropped back down. Now let's talk about how we got into this trade. So obviously we can see we've curled over on the 2 and probably the 1. And we can see that stochastic is turning red and money flow is still staying strong. Now, if I pull a fib, if we go down here, that kind of looks bearish, right? But if I do pull a fib, you can see that we had this sporadic price action right here, which really was quite sporadic. But you can see on the 30-minute, we have come down a bit. If we pull the fibs from the bottom of here all the way to the top here, we can see that we could have, wrong fibs to be pulling. On the 12-minute, if we pull the fibs from the bottom of here to there, right, we can see that we are bouncing off the golden pocket, right, from the bottom of there to there, golden pocket. We do have the 786, and we do have the previous highs from before. So if you look to the left, this is also a key level. 1, 2, 3 touches basically on this level from the previous range. So I'm looking for us to flip this area right where we are, speak English much, right where we are right now, I'm looking for us to flip this to support. Hence why I took the long, because this is a key level here, right? And if we can continue and hold this line here, wow, I drew that straight. 23,200. If we can hold that and then maybe work our way up, that would be bullish in my opinion, right? Now, it's not to say that even with this news here that we can't get a retracement all the way back down to the point of control. Maybe that's a bit more healthy, but you know what? I'm looking for us to make a move upwards, so a little bit of risk. My risk tolerance is okay on that, not too much capital, but that's what I'm looking for right now. So what about for the next coming days? Well, today is Wednesday, Tuesday for you, so normally we have a flip of the markets, but let's take a look at the S&P 500. That can give us some insight to what's going on with the Bitcoin price, because you can see that, well, clearly we've dropped down, but we did the sporadic thing and now we've pumped to the sky. Now, is the dollar dropping? That's what I want to know. Is the dollar dropping? The dollar seems to have come above the support line that we had from before right here, and now is working its way back down. So this to me is a bit bullish, because when the dollar, the American dollar, works its way down, well, guess what? Bitcoin tends to pump, right? So we're going to be keeping an eye on the Dixie to see if it can come maybe back down to this level as well. But make sure that we're paying ourselves and not revenge trading. Maybe we can come back into this range. If we do come into this range, that's very bullish, right? But also with the S&P 500, if it continues to pump, well, guess what? We're in business, right? We're in business to at least maybe take another crack at this 25K. Now, Dave Digital, will you guys keep it down? I'm trying to sleep. Shout out to Dave Digital, Otter Gang, Candle Mafia, always throwing up them otters in the chat. I love you, bro. Thank you so much for being here. You are the man with a plan. Shout out to you, bro. I know you're sleeping, but the otters are knocking, man, because we need one of our main men to come and back us up, because, you know, you got our back, and I appreciate you, Dave Digital. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you so much for joining us on the live. Big up. So let's look at this. We're getting this reversal candle. Are we going up or are we going down? Chat, let me know what you think. And if you're not in the chat and you're watching this video later on, shout out up or down in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. We're trying to grow. We're at 151 subscribers. Holy smokes, couple months and we're at 151. Like, thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm trying to work a regular day job as a carpenter, come home, share what I'm doing on the charts, make trades, extract profits, share the trades, and show you exactly how I got into the trades so that I can extract some profits and you can extract some profits and we can get paid on top of getting paid. You know what I mean? Because that's why we're here. We're here to get paid, and we're here to learn how to trade better and take better setups, right? So look at this. We have possibly on the 12-minute worked our way and flipped this to a level of support. Now, this was a riskier trade. Remember, if we pulled the fibs, we should have been looking somewhere around here. So this was more of a high-risk trade, and I did share it in the Discord. But it looks like we're working our way back up because, like is said quite often, we've had this big move up. You can't just continue straight up. So a healthy retrace allows us to move further up, right? Allows us to move further up. Now, I pulled my fibs not off that swing, but off of this swing here, right? And that can give you a little bit of confluence too, because the confluence is multiple signals giving you a signal, right? So what was my multiple signals? It was definitely the lows from the previous range here, the higher range, right? Those lows. And look back here. If we go to the left here, bing, 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 bing. There's a whole bunch of confluence of support and resistance at this range. So with a bullish movement to the upside, naturally, I'm going to look for the next level of support to jump in on the trade because I don't want to miss this, right? I don't want to be waiting with my trade down here and then it just continues, right? So, a little bit of FOMO, but sometimes a bit of healthy FOMO, right? Because there are other confluences throughout the trade that help me get into this trade. If it does trickle down, you know what I will do? I will pay myself. I already have a take profit up at these highs here. If it works its way up, I'll take profit. And if it comes through, guess what? I'll break even. Or I'll pay myself a little bit, right? So that's the way I like to trade, is that I'll definitely throw in this trade here. I will target the previous highs, which are up here, right? But I will definitely be taking my profits throughout the range, right? And this will be the range. And then let the rest ride, right? But, pay yourself 25% of the trade and then see what else you can get out of it, right? But targets are up top here. So let's just be patient and wait to see how it works out. But no matter what, always pay yourself. Always pay yourself. That's the only advice that I can really give, is that no matter what you're doing, how you're trading, pay yourself first. Try to preserve the capital, because with capital, you can always grow. An extra $1 for every trade. You know what? You do 100 trades, that's $100 in your pocket. I'm just trying to say that, it's all about risk management and preserving capital. Now, is there any more questions in the chat? Because right now, I'm going to show you my bear setup and my bullish setup for the evening. Obviously, the bull setup has been given. I have longed from here. I can share that in the Discord. But if we do come back down, right, I'd be looking swing high to swing low, somewhere around this area here. Let's look at where the point of control is. Let's zoom out on the higher time frames. Let's go to the 2 hour. Let's pull the volume across here. Yep, so if we do start working our way back down, definitely would be looking at the lows and definitely would be looking at this golden pocket fib, which is coming in around 22, so 23K, right? I look for the psychological support, which is around, people like to type in 23,000. It's a lot easier. So look for it to come down if it does, and then have a bounce somewhere around here. And that would be my bullish setup if this one fails. Now for bearish setup, obviously I'll be looking at these highs, but we're going to need some volume, right? So we're going to need some volume. So I'd be looking for these highs tomorrow, right? I'd be looking for price to work its way up for tomorrow, right? Within the next next like 12 hours or so, right? Because if you look, we can see that we've got the green dot on the 12 hour. That's going to take some time to work its way up, right? And by the morning, hopefully we're up there and I'll have some take profits already, just waiting, right? But if we go to the short-term time frames and we're trying to jump in early or trying to short this, the way I'd be looking at it is I'd be looking at swing high to swing low. So we'll pull a fib from the top here to the bottom. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't pull it from this one, because this was news right here. This is news. This is a news wick. And just by watching the charts every day, I know that this is a news wick. So I'll definitely go off this second wick because I find it to be more true for sure. Green Kool-Aid. Hello. Hey, Uncle. Hey, Uncle Otter. What's up, Green Kool-Aid? Shout out to you. Thanks for joining us, my man. How are we doing? I love the name. Green Kool-Aid was delicious. The ratio of Kool-Aid powder to water, I always overshot the mark. I was probably 50-50 powder to water, and it was pretty much a syrup when I was a kid. So hopefully we're off the green Kool-Aid and we're back. Now we're on the adult coffee. Thanks so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Just talking about the bearish setup for the market right now, and I've pulled a fib from up here, not from the news, but from up here at this wick to the swing low, right? And we can see that we have confluence here as well with these highs, right? So these highs here, and maybe let's check it out. I always make it strong. We used to eat it right out of the pack. Oh my. Oh yeah. I won't get canceled for going, oh yeah, will I? Oh yeah, Kool-Aid man. I remember Dane Cook Kool-Aid man. That was funny. You just broke my wall, Kool-Aid man. Anyways, let's look at the volume here. Now, we have the value area high above here. So, yeah, I would definitely be looking here as well. So, we got that fib there. We got some higher resistance, some resistance above us there. So, it's going to take a little bit to get through that, but not as much volume as we do have down below us. So, it should be relatively easy, but nonetheless, if we don't move up to this area with significant volume and we kind of trickle around and we put in some sort of bearish divergence, look for it to work its way back down to the point of control somewhere around here, and then maybe we can get a retrace and back up, right? But we're going to look for a move with volume, most likely tomorrow when the market's open, and continue its way up to this level and maybe challenge mode it and give it a challenge, right? But hopefully we have that power in order to get Bitcoin up to these levels, and maybe there's a great short setup. I'd be looking for a great short setup that can bring us down. You know, I managed to catch both of these wicks. This was a 388.88% trade that I got in and out of from down here. I managed to short right around 24,110, which was an awesome entry, and I rode it all the way down to here, took profits. It was quite nice, and that was given in the chat and in the Discord. Same with Matic, a nice 160%er, right? That was also given in the Discord. So I'm sharing everything that I'm doing. I'm a trader by heart. Everything that I do, I say, hey, I'm shorting ETH right now. I shorted ETH for 80%. Hey, I'm shorting Matic. Hey, I shout out to the Discord here that I was longing, right? So I am a bit of a scalper, and I'm also a swing trader if it has the legs to go and ride, right? So I hope you guys all take down these levels and add them to your charts and join us in the Discord, because we're constantly in there trying to give you guys the best information or what we're doing. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, I don't win every single trade, but what I do is I'm transparent, and you'll always get honesty from me, and you'll always understand where I'm coming from, where's my thinking, how we're trying to extract profits from the market and pay ourselves. That's what we're all about here. And I thank you so much for joining me. If there's anything you need answered, I will try my best. Just ask it in the Discord, at me or whatever. But right now, I look for us to continue to the upside and possibly test these previous highs around 23,600, and then work our way tomorrow up into this zone where I have an alarm set around 24K, because we do have resistance there and volume. So 24K is my target for this long. But overall, I feel a bit bullish after the news today. I'm looking for price to work its way up. And if not, and if it gets denied, well, guess what? We'll be setting up for that as well, because we have a bullish idea. We have a bearish idea, and we're here helping one another trade and become successful traders, right? So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys make this channel happen. Without you, I wouldn't be here. So thank you so much, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. Mrs. Otter, what's for dinner?
Crocodile.
Crocodile? Oh my God.